All right. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Bush League Bushcraft. I thought today would be a good idea to cover some of the stuff with fire starting methods. I'm going on easy mode today. We're going to talk about some of the more common ones that I've seen, that I've researched, and just want to show you what they actually look like. I'll get a zoom in just a minute, but first I want to show you my bounty. First, I have some wood shavings. I don't know if you can see those, but we'll zoom in. Wood shavings from the Baton Project. Link in the video description down below. And these are some of the leftovers. And then just things that you might have handy. Just regular old cotton balls. I actually have two things that I want to start working with those. Very common to have hand sanitizer anywhere. And this is petroleum jelly, also known, Vaseline is the name brand. It comes in a tub. This one happened to be in tube because it was on sale, and I figured why not. Probably a little bit easier to apply as well. A lot of people know about the petroleum-based soaked cotton ball method. So we're going to try it just dry. We're going to try it with hand sanitizer. We're going to try it with petroleum jelly. And we're going to see which one seems to take a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. And then we're going to go ahead and see if we can soak some of the wood chips, see if that helps at all. Because, anything petroleum-based or alcohol-based is going to be an accelerant. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So I'm going to go ahead and get things started. I'm going to just change the camera angle, and I'll be right back. All right, we're good here. Going to just move some of this so we have dirt. This is all very damp. I don't know if you can tell that, but for anyone worried, I'll clear some of the surrounding area. We'll get this tightened up a little bit. So these are my shavings I want to keep. This is just a rock I'm putting everything on, just so you can kind of get a better understanding of what's happening. So what we're going to do is just take cotton ball. Normally you can pack these in advance, store them in like an old medicine or old vitamins bottle. But I'm just going to go quick and easy with this. This again, just regular petroleum jelly. Going to fan this out a little bit. Squirt some in. Put that down here. And literally just mix it in. So you're going to get this good and coated. Normally, pack it in real good. I'm just going to go kind of light, kind of quick, kind of easy. I'm going to try to flare this out a little bit to get some airflow. But it's at least tacitly coated. Should be a pretty good fire starter. And I'm actually going to just rip some of this off because I don't think we need to burn the whole piece. Get that oily residue off my fingers as best as I can. I'm going to go ahead and pack the rest of the stuff over here. Should have probably brought a napkin to clean my hands, but you live, you learn. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick is this is my ferro rod that I got. It's a Zippo brand. It was $20, and it came with some other stuff that I'm going to show in another video. It came with some fire starter material, kind of like waxed strands. It also came with the extendable bellows. So it's a small aluminum straw, basically, that collapses on itself that you can use to blow to start a fire. What I do like about this is that it's got the striker and the chamber for the ferro rod. The ferro rod has 3 sides, and it kind of compacts nicely. The only downside that I have to it is, so far, in all the 3 times I've used it, the angle of the pieces and the handle on it in particular, I actually find to be quite uncomfortable. Maybe it's just because I haven't gotten used to it. Maybe it's the size of my hands. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to go ahead and give it a go. So there are 2 ways that I've seen people want to light fires with this. One is that you hold the ferro rod still, right? I'm going to try to find the flat spot, and you push it down up against or as close to the surface that you want to light, and then you drag at about a 45-degree angle with the striker onto, right, like so. The other I've seen is that you actually hold the striker in place, and then you drag the ferro rod to shower the sparks. I actually haven't really tried either enough to know. So I'm just going to go with the standard approach that I've been using. Bring the ferro rod to the very bottom. Hopefully that'll drag the sparks right across. We'll just give it a go. And look at that. First try, took almost no time at all. And you watch how quick this burns. That does not take long at all. And then at this point, you'd want to lightly feed, your other light woods, kindling, etc., to get that going. So while that burns out, I'm going to go ahead and grab my next thing, which is my other cotton ball up here. A little dirty and dusty now, but that's okay. I'm actually going to rip, again, small piece off, just a little demonstration. I don't know if you can really see that, but I'm going to use the hand sanitizer this time. Put some hand sanitizer on this. The liquid ones I haven't tried just yet, but this is more of the gel-based, and I did look. This particular one, I got it at CVS. You can see it is still actually made with ethyl alcohol. I know some of them are non-alcohol based, and those are okay too. They're great still for sanitation. Haven't tried them as fire starter just yet. So I'm going to take this out, make it a little bit more light and airy. Try to get a little fluff. And then some very wet wood. Smush that out a little bit. Tips and tricks for being safe about this. I'm all ears. But now I have it on the wet wood. I'm going to turn that over, move it down. Now the thing with alcohol is it does evaporate. So I'm going to try to move a little bit quicker now. You already know the drill. I'm going to go ahead and take my striker, bring it down, about 45-degree angle, and right on. So took the second one because I didn't actually do very well on my first strike. But as you can see, that blew up so very nicely. Plenty of time, plenty of heat to start feeding smaller wood on top of that. So I'm a huge fan of these two methods. I haven't used them until very recently, and I just want to showcase them because the idea is not necessarily to keep them in a plastic bag. You can, but for a short duration. Basically, the petroleum will burn through the plastic bag. Sorry, burn through might not be the best case, but the petroleum base can actually erode the plastic. So if you have that just stuffed away in one of your bags, in your pocket, at some point, the plastic is going to break down. And if you've ever used any sort of petroleum jelly-based, you understand how messy that is, and it can also stain. So just keep that in mind. On a side note, I have to say the aftermath of the burning hand sanitizer has a bit of a pleasant smell to it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that in. Get that out of the way a little bit. Can't quite get it on the wood there. There it is. So I'll just keep that so it's not really burning anything. Pretty sure that ember has gone. Now I've got some regular cotton ball that I did not actually put any accelerant on, just to kind of give you an idea. Now if you don't have an accelerant, you really want to get this nice and fluffy and airy. Try to make it wide enough to catch a spark. Again, we're going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to try that other method right live before your very eyes. I'm going to try to hold this at about 45, drag it down. And maybe that's not the way for me. I'm going to go back to what I know, and you can see that caught quite quickly, and there we go. So we're going to go through other materials as time goes. You'll notice that the speed with which that consumed itself was so much faster than those that had the accelerant on them. So just keep that in mind. If you had it a little bit denser, it would burn a little bit slower, but you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the airflow. Again, this is a nice little ferro rod kit. It's not a magnesium rod. It is a ferro rod, and it's got the striker. It comes with the strands. I'll show you those in a later video. We're going to do a more medium-based one where we show starting a fire with just wood strips, maybe some leaves, some pine. I got to look through my backyard and see if I have anything good there. But again, petroleum jelly. This is, again, from CVS. They just had a sale, so I picked up a couple things. You could get a small tube of it, like for your lips, sometimes lip repair, one of the things that I'm going to get is like an aquaphor or a lip balm and see if that works. So anything that you have that might be a wax-based or petroleum-based or an alcohol-based substance should work as a pretty decent accelerant. Drop in the comments anything that you've had success with. I bought cotton balls this time around. They also have what's called cotton rounds, which are basically a thin, it looks like a more compact version of a cotton ball. I have a little packet of those. I'm going to try those next round. And again, if you like what you're seeing, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. By all means, I want to be as interactive with you as I can. Feel free to participate in the comments. Let me know what recommendations you have, tips and tricks you've learned. If it makes sense, I'll do a video about it. Thanks again, everybody.